right, let's dive in. Today we're headed to Plantation, Florida
Plantation, Florida.
to explore waterfront living.
Waterfront living.
We've got articles, guides, even some real estate listings, all about what makes it unique.
Sounds interesting.
And you know what's really cool? Plantation isn't on the coast,
Okay.
but it still offers that amazing canal front living with access to the ocean.
Ah, the best of both worlds.
Exactly. That blend of peaceful suburban life
Right?
and the excitement of waterfront activities, it's a pretty cool combination.
Yeah, those properties offer a really unique lifestyle.
Exactly. So today we're going to break it all down.
Break it down.
We'll look at those gorgeous homes,
Gorgeous homes.
the overall vibe of the community,
The
and
vibe.
of course some practical things, schools.
Yeah.
And what's the food scene like? That's always important.
Absolutely. Always crucial. One thing that really stands out is how Plantation balances that laid-back suburban feel
Yeah.
with easy access to the energy of Fort Lauderdale, just a short drive away.
It's like having your cake and eating it too.
Exactly.
So let's talk canals.
Canal, sorry.
They're not just pretty to look at.
No.
They're a gateway to the Intracoastal Waterway.
Ah, the Intracoastal.
Now, for those who aren't boaters, that's basically a protected waterway running along the coast.
Okay.
Think of it like a highway for boats.
Makes sense.
So instead of battling open ocean to get to your fishing spot or a secluded island,
Right.
you just hop on your boat in your backyard
Backyard boating.
and cruise through these calm canals.
Sounds pretty relaxing.
It is. And speaking of backyards,
Yeah.
waterfront homes in Plantation often have really spacious lots.
Oh, wow.
There's room for pools, patios, and of course private docks.
Gotta have the dock.
Some even have enough space to store smaller boats right on the property.
That's convenient.
It's all about the lifestyle, right?
Yeah.
Imagine barbecuing by the pool.
Sounds nice.
Kids are splashing around.
Yeah.
You've got this serene view of the canal,
Peaceful.
boats gently bobbing in the background.
Yeah. It's a different pace of life.
Totally. Now, beyond the waterfront, Plantation gets high marks for being family-friendly.
Family friendly.
The sources mention top-rated schools like Plantation High
Mm-hmm.
and Central Park Elementary.
Okay.
Always a big plus for families.
For sure, and safety is a recurring theme in the sources. Safe streets, well-maintained neighborhoods.
That's peace of mind, right?
Huge, especially when you're raising kids.
Absolutely. They can play outside, ride their bikes.
Exactly.
You can actually relax knowing they're in a secure environment.
Exactly, that's invaluable.
Speaking of enjoying life, let's not forget about food.
Oh, the food.
The sources paint a vibrant picture of Plantation's dining scene.
All right, I'm listening.
Options for every taste and budget.
Yeah.
Casual spots like Pompano Beach BBQ, for those smoky rib cravings.
You can't go wrong with barbecue.
Then you've got family-friendly Italian places like Cafe Italia.
Okay. Nice.
And for a special occasion, who can resist a fondue night at the Melting Pot?
Fondue. Always a fun time.
Right. And there's even a highly rated sushi house for, our raw fish fans.
So they've got it all.
Really does seem like there's something for everyone.
What's interesting is that, despite being a suburb, Plantation doesn't feel isolated.
No.
You're close to Fort Lauderdale,
Right there.
which means all the excitement of the big city, arts, culture, more dining, even professional sports.
You're not missing out on anything.
Not at all.
It's that balance
Yeah.
that makes Plantation so unique.
Makes sense.
And to navigate the real estate scene in Plantation, we got to talk about Antonio Ortega LLC.
Antonio Ortega LLC.
He's a local real estate expert,
All right.
known for going above and beyond for his clients.
That's good to hear.
The sources mentioned his team's expertise in mortgages.
Interesting.
Imagine you find your dream home,
Dream home.
and within hours, they connect you with their in-house brokers to get pre-qualified.
Wow. That's efficient.
Speeds up the whole process
Streamlined.
and gives you a competitive edge.
Definitely an advantage.
And here's where it gets even better.
Oh, there's more.
Antonio Ortega LLC has a unique offer.
Unique offer.
He'll apply 10% of his professional fee towards your closing costs.
Wow. 10%.
Major savings, whether you're buying or selling.
That's significant.
Talk about commitment to client satisfaction.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And a really smart understanding of the market.
Definitely.
That's for sure.
A testament to his approach, for sure. And speaking of smart moves, the sources also mention the types of boats that are well suited for Plantation's canals. Something any prospective waterfront homeowner should consider.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to fall in love with a place only to find out your sailboat's too big.
Exactly.
Luckily, Plantation's canals can handle a variety of boats,
Variety of it.
smaller motorboats, larger sailboats,
Good to know.
all thanks to that connection with the intracoastal.
Right, the intracoastal. But there's a little nuance here worth mentioning.
Okay, a nuance.
While the intracoastal itself is deep and wide,
Deep and wide.
some of those residential canals might have depth restrictions.
Depth restriction.
Easy to overlook, but it's crucial to check those specifics.
Before you make an offer.
Yeah, before you commit.
And that's where a local expert like Antonio Ortega LLC can be so valuable.
Absolutely.
They have those insights.
They know the area.
Can guide you to properties that match your boating needs.
Match your needs. Okay, and while we're talking practicalities,
Yeah, practicality.
the sources mention property taxes.
Always a factor.
Always a factor. The good news is waterfront homes in Plantation don't seem to have a huge premium in property taxes compared to other homes.
So you're not paying extra just for that waterfront access.
Not necessarily, but it's worth noting that larger properties or homes with, high-end features might have higher taxes
That's right.
just because they're worth more.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Another thing the sources highlight is HOAs.
HOAs, homeowner associations.
Homeowner associations in many of these waterfront communities.
Right. HOAs can be a bit of a mixed bag.
Mixed bag, how so?
Well, on one hand, they help maintain the look of the neighborhood
Keep things nice.
and property values,
Yeah.
but they come with rules
Rules and regulations.
that potential homeowners need to be aware of.
For example, they mention restrictions on things like dock size,
Dock size.
boat storage, even landscaping.
Wow, even landscaping.
It's really important to read those HOA guidelines carefully,
Carefully.
especially if you have specific plans for your waterfront lifestyle.
Yeah, you don't want to be surprised.
And if there's any doubt,
Yeah, any doubt at all.
a seasoned real estate agent like Antonio Ortega LLC can help you decipher those rules.
Decipher the rules.
Make sure they align with your vision.
Exactly. So far, Plantation seems to check a lot of boxes.
A lot of boxes.
Beautiful homes.
Access to the water.
Family friendly.
Even the practicalities are manageable.
But what's it really like to live there?
Yeah, what's the vibe?
Well, the sources share some personal stories from residents.
Resident testimonials.
And that's where the real magic of Plantation shines through.
The magic of Plantation.
There's a heartwarming story about a couple, Mary and John.
Mary and John.
They live in Plantation's canal gardens.
Canal gardens.
They talk about how waterfront living has changed their family life,
Changed their lives.
spending quality time together on their boat,
Family time.
fishing, exploring, just enjoying the peacefulness of the water.
Sounds idyllic.
And their story isn't unique.
Not unique.
A lot of residents share similar feelings, talking about a strong sense of community, friendly neighbors, a slower pace of life.
That slower pace.
That lets them connect with their surroundings and with each other.
It's more than just the physical place, right?
That really is.
It's the people, the shared experiences.
It's the feeling of belonging.
That sense of belonging.
Plantation seems to cultivate that really well.
They do.
The sources mention lots of community events.
Community events.
Holiday festivals, farmers markets.
No, not yet.
Concerts in the park, even those classic neighborhood block parties.
Classic block parties.
And we can't forget Plantation Central Park.
Central Park.
The heart of it all, really.
The heart of it all.
It's a hub for youth sports, swimming lessons, community gatherings.
A hub for everything.
Even a great spot for outdoor concerts and movies.
Under the stars.
It really paints a picture of a vibrant community.
Vibrant and active.
Active and welcoming.
Welcoming to all ages.
All ages. We've been focused on Plantation.
Plantation.
But your sources also mention some nearby cities.
Oh, other options?
With similar waterfront living.
Worth exploring.
Depending on your preferences and budget, of course.
Of course. So you've got Fort Lauderdale.
Fort Lauderdale, the classic.
With that bustling beach scene.
And the nightlife.
Then there's Hollywood.
Hollywood.
Known for its boardwalk and that artsy vibe.
Artsy vibe.
And Davie with its equestrian heritage.
Of course.
And more rural feel.
A different pace.
We also see mentions of Cooper City.
Cooper City.
Weston. Pembroke Pines.
So many options.
Miramar. Coral Springs. Parkland. Even Southwest Ranches.
South Florida's landscape is so diverse.
It is.
Every city has its own flavor of waterfront living.
And to make your exploration easier,
Easier exploration.
the sources provide links to some online resources.
Online resources.
Of course, there's Antonio Ortega LLC's website,
The go-to resource.
a treasure trove of information on plantation real estate.
Definitely.
They also link to articles and websites about the plantation housing market.
Okay, housing market specifics.
Things like current listings, market trends, even projections for future value.
Future value. Interesting. So much info at your fingertips.
It's amazing.
Especially helpful for a big decision like moving to a new city.
Absolutely. We've covered a lot in this deep dive.
A lot of ground.
Plantation's waterfront lifestyle, the canal front homes,
Intracoastal.
the vibrant community, schools, taxes, even HOAs.
It's a place where you can really have it all.
That balance, the suburban piece,
Easy access to Fort Lauderdale.
and those heartwarming stories from residents like Mary and John.
Mary and John finding their paradise.
They really highlight that sense of community,
And the joy of waterfront living.
the peace, the contentment.
Plantation is more than just a place.
More than just a dot on the map.
It's a lifestyle.
A community.
A place for families to thrive.
For dreams to come true.
So what resonates most with you from all this?
What stands out?
Is it waking up to those canal views?
Weekends exploring the waterways.
Or that close-knit community?
Neighbors becoming friends.
All these things make Plantation so appealing.
It really does speak to that desire for a simpler life.
A more connected life.
Nature and community woven together.
A truly special living experience.
And if you're thinking about making Plantation home,
Thinking about that move,
remember all those resources we mentioned.
a wealth of information online.
Property listings, market trends, even virtual tours.
A taste of what life there is like.
They found that personalized advice.
The expert guidance.
Antonio Ortega LLC is the name to remember.
He knows the plantation market inside and out.
And his commitment to client service is unmatched.
Unmatched.
You can find all the details about Antonio Ortega LLC and his team
Their contact info,
on their website. The link's in the show notes.
including that fantastic offer.
10% of their fee towards your closing costs.
Big savings, whether buying or selling.
They're truly committed to making home ownership in Plantation a reality.
A reality for everyone.
It's been a pleasure exploring Plantation with you.
A deep dive into waterfront living.
Hopefully we've sparked your imagination.
Answered some questions.
Maybe even inspired you to discover this hidden gem yourself.
Hidden gem.
The journey doesn't end here, though.
Keep those deep dive suggestions coming.
We'll be back with another adventure.
Another deep dive into knowledge and discovery.
Until then, happy exploring.